News 25 is brought to you by Golden Casino Group, where you'll always find great fun, good food, and fantastic entertainment, all at Gold Town, Lakeside, and the Pahrump Nugget. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-990 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight, a disabled veteran needs help following a theft, and an inmate here in Pahrump is found with a handmade weapon. News 25 starts now.
This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
An off-road vehicle is stolen and totaled in a crash. It's Friday, January 24th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Well, someone stole an ATV from a local horse sanctuary last week, then crashed it into a pickup truck on Thousand Air Boulevard. The vehicle was totaled. The suspect ran away. Now the rescue organization is seeking donations through GoFundMe to help them replace it. Jennifer Lamana runs New Beginnings West Pasofino Horse Rescue and Sanctuary. She spoke with News 25 about the need for a replacement vehicle.
While we were sleeping the night of the 15th, either that or sometime early in the morning of the 16th, our ATV that we used to feed the rescue horses was stolen off the property.
And so you don't know who the individual was, but they somehow or another at least pushed it out of here. You have some tire tracks, and then they either put it on a trailer or took off with it, right?
That's correct.
And so you use this quad for what purpose?
It's only to feed the rescue horses and to grade the property to make sure the ground is nice and smooth for the horses to run on.
Tell me about the horses.
The horses are mainly Pasofinos. Sometimes we get other Spanish breeds like Azteca or Peruvian, and we get them from shelters, kill pens, owners that can't take care of them, or from neglect cases.
And then you rehabilitate them and adopt them back out?
The ones that can be rehabilitated for adoption, we do adopt them out.
And so this quad was used to feed them. Tell me a little bit about why that's so essential for you.
Both myself and my volunteer are disabled vets, and I've got back issues, and I know she has back issues as well. And for us to carry the food in the buckets back and forth every day, it puts a lot of strain on your lower back, and it makes you not want to move around the rest of the day or the day after. There's a lot of pain involved.
So what happened with the quad? Because I hear that it was located, right?
I got a lot of texts and messages on Friday night that it was on live PD. And about 2 a.m. I finally got to see exactly what happened, but I guess it was traveling down Thousand Air. There was an accident, and it was mangled and totaled.
And so you, of course, need something to replace this. You're looking at a golf cart. Why is a golf cart something that you would be preferring?
Well, the golf cart is a lot easier on the back, as well as being a lot quieter for our neighbors, because we want our neighbors to love us, and for the horses. And it's just a lot easier in general.
So you have a GoFundMe page right now, right, to replace that, to get a golf cart so that you can have a quieter form of transportation, but also these horses, they can get kind of spooked from loud noises, right?
They can. A lot of them have not been in good situations, so a lot of noises we try to keep down and try to make it easier on them.
And so how can people find your GoFundMe page to donate to this?
I just set it up last night, and it's under New Beginnings West. I believe there's a search bar where you can look in there.
As far as the suspect on the quad, what happened with him?
They did find a hat that maybe belonged to him, and they searched an empty house, but so far as I know, he's still out there. And if anyone knows anything or saw anything, it'd be really appreciated if they gave an anonymous tip to the police and let them handle it.
To call the Nye County Sheriff's Office, that number is 775-751-7000. Again, if you'd like to donate to New Beginnings Horse Rescue, you can go through their GoFundMe account. Simply go to GoFundMe.com and search for NB West Horse Rescue. Their goal is to raise $5,000. Well, Xerox makes another move towards a hostile takeover of Hewlett-Packard. Angela Miles has that story more in today's financial news.
Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, it's officially ugly. Xerox has launched a hostile takeover of Hewlett-Packard. The copier company's plan now is to get its 11 new directors on HP's board. Xerox has been trying to take over HP for months and has been rejected twice. The former CEO of Wells Fargo, John Stumpf, will no longer be allowed to work in the banking industry. According to the government, he will pay $17.5 million in connection with the Wells Fargo sales scandal that ripped off customers. Union Pacific's profit is down as the railroad hauls less freight. The trade war and weak coal demand are blamed. Intel's revenue topped $20 billion for the first time ever. The chip giant easily beat analyst estimates in the last quarter, and the company will increase its dividend by 5%.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
News 25 will return right after this break.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, an ICE inmate here at the Nye County Detention Center decided that he might want to start using his prison-issued comb. The problem is he has no hair.
Axel Diaz Maldonado is facing a charge of possession of a dangerous weapon or fake by an incarcerated person. During a routine search of G-Pod at the Nye County Detention Center, deputies say they found the weapon in a blue property bin inside cell G103. According to the arrest report, Diaz Maldonado is the only occupant of that cell. Deputies say the weapon had been manufactured by utilizing a black comb with a sharp instrument affixed to the handle side of the comb. They say the sharp instrument appears to be a blade from a shaving razor. According to the arrest report, Diaz Maldonado told a deputy the so-called weapon was his hair-cutting kit, adding that he used it to shave his hair. Officers note in their report that Diaz Maldonado is bald and is afforded weekly haircuts by the facility. After being read his rights, deputies say Diaz Maldonado chose to remain silent and no further questions were asked. Diaz Maldonado was placed under arrest and booked accordingly.
Well, 31-year-old Travis Frey has been fired from CoreCivic Detention Center here in Pahrump after Vice News discovered hundreds of neo-Nazi posts from the captain in charge of detainees, including many from Immigration Customs Enforcement. The officer at the privately run detention center on Mesquite Avenue had ties with white nationalism discovered by the media outlet. Private prison company CoreCivic, which runs the Nevada Southern Detention Center in Pahrump, said today that Travis Frey, 31 years old, is no longer employed by them. CoreCivic says that they take allegations like these very seriously and have thoroughly investigated the matter. After carefully considering the findings of the investigation, the company has taken appropriate steps to protect the integrity of their workplace and ensure their values are not compromised. Mr. Frey is no longer employed by CoreCivic. After serving in the Marines, Frey spent the last decade moving around the country working for facilities run by CoreCivic, formerly CCA, in Georgia, California, Indiana, and most recently Nevada. As he rose through the ranks in corrections and detention centers, he would routinely turn to the neo-Nazi forum, according to Vice News, Iron March, to spew racist vitriol and white supremacy. Vice News has now identified more than 132 previously unreported posts that Frey shared on Iron March, a social network for fascists and neo-Nazis, after exposing several of his posts earlier this month that led to the firing at CoreCivic. CoreCivic placed Frey on leave earlier this month while they looked into the allegations against him. Meanwhile, U.S. Senators Jackie Rosen and Catherine Cortez Masto, both Nevada Democrats, were asking them to investigate the conditions at the Pahrump facility in light of revelations in the Vice News article. Well, do you toss and turn before dozing off to sleep? According to a recent study, taking a warm bath might help you get some rest. Cleveland Clinic's Dr. Rena Myra did not take part in the research, but says results show a little time spent relaxing in the tub may help.
It appeared that if you take a warm shower or bath about 1 to 2 hours prior to bedtime, 10 minutes or so, so not very long, that this does have a positive impact on objective measures of sleep and also subjectively how people feel about their sleep.
The research looks at data from several previous studies. Researchers found a warm bath or shower between 104 and 109 degrees taken 1 to 2 hours before bedtime could help you fall asleep about 10 minutes faster. Dr. Mayra says the study also finds taking a warm bath may reduce stress, and this can be particularly helpful if you have trouble falling asleep. If you struggle to fall asleep or stay asleep, Dr. Mayra says it's always worth trying something that does not involve medication first. She says more research is needed to know why the relationship between body temperature and sleep exists, but experts believe there's a connection between the two.
Our body temperature is very closely linked to our circadian rhythm. So if we expose ourselves to that kind of warm temperature prior to bedtime, this actually in part may have something to do with that core body temperature and that linkage to our circadian rhythm.
Dr. Mayra says insomnia can be caused by many things, but often it's a result of internalized tension, stress, and anxiety. So anytime we can find a way to reduce stress before bed, it's worth a try. Complete results of the study can be found in Sleep Medicine Reviews.
Thanks to Brad Francis for that. News 25 will return in a moment.
This segment of the news is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Nye County's injury attorneys. Don't get bullied by insurance companies. Call Jason Ernest and bully them back at 775-727-9500.
Well, some concerning news in the world of rock and roll, especially if you love Ozzy Osbourne. Lynn Peterson has more.
Welcome. Singer and musician Ozzy Osbourne has revealed that he is battling Parkinson's disease. The madman of rock revealed his diagnosis on the show Good Morning America. Parkinson's disease is a neurological disorder that can cause stiffness and tremors in muscles. Ozzy, with his wife Sharon by his side, explained that about a year ago, he fell in his bathroom, resulting in him receiving 15 screws in his spine, and it was the first of several hospitalizations. Osbourne said that the year since his fall has been the worst, longest, most painful, miserable year of my life. The 71-year-old musician said that revealing his illness was like a weight being lifted. I feel better now that I've owned up to the fact that I have a case of Parkinson's, he said. And I just hope my fans hang on and they're there for me because I do need them. Osbourne has had a number of issues since last year, including a severe infection and the fall. Sharon explained that the diagnosis is not a death sentence by any stretch of the imagination, but it does affect certain nerves in your body. After revealing on Tuesday that he's suffering from Parkinson's disease, Osbourne has been named a presenter at the 2020 Grammys. The Black Sabbath frontman joins a star-studded list of presenters, including Keith Urban, Stevie Wonder, Shania Twain, and his wife Sharon. Osbourne explained that he is undergoing treatment for the disease and said fans should not count him out, stating, "I ain't done yet. I ain't gonna go anywhere yet." Legendary rock band Kiss will hit the stage at the Laughlin Events Center beginning 8 p.m. Saturday on February 29th, which is Leap Day. The performance will be one of the final stops on their worldwide end-of-the-road farewell tour. Kiss, led by singer and television personality Gene Simmons, has produced several hard rock classics, including Rock and Roll All Night, I Was Made for Lovin' You, and Detroit Rock City, as well as being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Tickets to see Kiss start at just $55, and they are available on the website from the Aquarius Casino, Edgewater, and of course the Colorado Bell. The Laughlin Event Center is part of the Golden Entertainment, Inc. family. Aerosmith drummer Joey Kramer won't get to play with the band at the Grammy events this weekend. That's what a Massachusetts court has decided. Kramer, a founder and 50-year member of the legendary Feisum, asked for an injunction to force Aerosmith to let him perform with the band at the 2020 Music Cares Person of the Year and at the Grammy Awards. The drummer is suing for breach of contract against 6 companies jointly owned by the 5 band members, alleging he is being blocked from performing with Aerosmith after suffering minor injuries last spring. Aerosmith's hits include Dream On, Walk This Way, and I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. The court documents based on the evidence presented at this stage of the proceedings, Kramer has not demonstrated a likelihood of proving that the defendant's conduct breaches a covenant of good faith and fair dealing. And that's your entertainment report for the week. I'm Lynn Peterson.
Yeah, I heard there was some video released today of Joey Kramer trying to go into the rehearsal last night, and the band hired security to keep him out of the rehearsal for that actual Grammy event. So TMZ has it. I hope to see it too. Well, Darby is joined today by a cat ready for adoption at our local shelter.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Conan. Conan is kind of a gray-brown tabby. He has actually a really weird combo. He does have some brown in him, but you could definitely see that he's a gray tabby. So Conan didn't want to go and hang out with me because we're in a new room and there's lots of other cats, and so he got really excited and really frisky, and so he didn't want to be held anymore. Anyway, he's super cute. We hear from the staff all the time that this cat is such a lover. He's a really big cat. I love that about the cats. He's really chunky and he has a thick tail. Like, he's just great. So definitely come and see him and all his friends here in the cat room. They're in Ceary Lane behind the Nye County Courthouse. You can give them a call at 775-751-7020. You can look them up always on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
All right, well, let's take a look outside on that weather cam, see what's happening. Wow, beautiful skies earlier today. Let's see what's going to happen this weekend after this break.
News 25 Weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hello and welcome back to News 25. I'm Michael Donohue with today's weather. In Las Vegas and Amargosa, we had a high of 67 degrees, 40 degrees for the low in Amargosa, 46 for the low in Las Vegas. Death Valley at 76, their low at 52 degrees, 66 a low of 37 in Beatty, 54 degrees for the high in Tonopah, 55 in Goldfield, 25 is the low for both of those towns, 52 a low of 36 in Carson City, 58, 33 in Fallon, and up in Fernley, 55, their low is 35 degrees. Now today in Pahrump, we saw mostly sunny skies. 67 degrees was our high today with winds coming out of the west at 6 miles per hour. Humidity at 31% and our sunrise at 6:50 this morning. Now for tonight, we're going to be seeing some mostly clear skies. Our low is going to be 42 degrees. It is 64 degrees outside currently. Winds coming out of the east-northeast at 5 miles per hour. 44% for our humidity and our sunset at 5:01 p.m. Now looking ahead to our 7-day, some of those clouds have started to clear up. It's now looking just a little bit spotty cloud-wise. On Saturday, Monday, and Wednesday now we are expecting to see some sunny skies. However, on Sunday we are expecting that still a 10% chance of rain and winds coming out of the south at 12 miles per hour, and we are going to expect those high winds all through next Thursday, just between 7 and 12 miles per hour, so the winds actually have been picking up just a little bit. Temperature-wise, we're not seeing too many changes from Saturday through Thursday. We're going to be in those mid to high 60s, just between 65 and 68 degrees, up to 70 degrees for our high by next Friday. And overnights, no changes at all, just still going to be hanging out in those low to mid 40s, just between 40 and 45 degrees. So now with that, we're going to throw it back to the desk with Deanna.
Well, if you are looking for a job, we want to remind you that the Nevada Department of Public Safety is having a hiring event here in Pahrump and in Tonopah at both high schools, Pahrump Valley High School and Tonopah High School, and that is Saturday morning beginning at 7 a.m. Pahrump Valley High School, of course, is located on Calvada Boulevard. This event includes a physical fitness test, written tests, and interviews. You can find out more by going to the Nevada Department of Public Safety's website at dps.gov, and you need to register for that. That's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. From all of us here at KPVM-TV and Ace Country Radio, have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.